Republican Senator Joni Ernst became famous in 2014 for running all sorts of ads, touting her experience castrating hogs in farms in Iowa. Like, that's her identity. She knows all about farming, which is why it was kind of interesting that she struggled so much in answering a question about farming during her recent debate. Watch.
Teresa Greenfield, you answer first. What's the break-even price for a bushel of corn in Iowa this week?
Well, a bushel of corn's going for about $3.68 today, $3.69, and break even really just depends on the amount of debt someone has. I suspect there's farmers that are breaking even at that price. However, if their yields are down 50%, that's certainly not going to cover it for them.
Senator, break-even price for soybeans for an Iowa farmer to produce.
Yeah, certainly. I would like to go back to previous statement. Certainly, with what we have done on trade, we have seen significant strides forward. Senate and a Republican in the White House.
Well, thank you very much. I might have missed it, but I don't think you answered my question. What's the break-even price for soybeans in Iowa? You grew up on a farm. You should know this.
I think you had asked about corn, and it depends on.
I asked her corn.
It depends on what the inputs are, but probably about $5.50.
Well, you're a couple dollars off, I think, here because it's 10:05. So, well, we'll move on to something else then.
And I don't think Ms. Greenfield answered either.
She actually did with the price of corn. We had asked for the price of soybeans from you, Senator. You want to take another crack at it?
No, thank you. You said could the break even for corn is $10.50? I don't think that's correct.
Right, that would have been for beans. Ron's question was soybeans
or maybe
to
I'm
you,
not
Ms.
hearing.
Greenfield, to corn to Ms. Greenfield.
San Diego.
Discovered
German for whale's vagina. Like, that was totally an Anchorman moment, right? Agreed. I think you're wrong. Agree to disagree. No.
My goodness. My favorite part about that clip is the moderator, homie. I often razz Midwesterners and their earnest, gosh darn it, shucks nature, and it just, it offends my sensibilities as a cynical New Yorker. But that homie, when he was like, I don't think you answered my question, he was being AC and Ernst at the same time, and I was like, see, that's I like that right there. He was just like, no, I don't think you answered the question, Joni.
You can see the panic in her eyes too, like, oh my God, I don't know what the answer is. Let me talk about corn instead
of just saying, I don't know. I don't know, right. But it's obvious. Wow.
But she actually, look, the reason why she's backed up into a corner is because she's like dedicated her campaigning on this identity of being a farmer who can really, relate to fellow farmers in the state of Iowa. In fact, here's a fun compilation video that Brett Ehrlich put together. It'll give you a little taste of how she's been campaigning.
But the resiliency and the tenacity of Iowa's farmers is unchanging and continues to shine through even in these challenging times. Whether it's a family-owned and operated corn, soybean, and hog farm like I grew up on in Southwest Iowa, I was raised on a small family farm here in Iowa where I learned the importance of faith, hard work, and service. I'm Joni Ernst. I grew up castrating hogs on an Iowa farm.
You can't make it up. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. That's like a drug dealer not knowing the price of a kilo of cocaine, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. All right. If you ask Tony Montana the price of heroin, he could off memory. This is what I do. This is who I am. Joni Ernst, man, she faking the funk, obviously.
She is faking the funk, but also, I know I'm not part of the demo that she's targeting in these ads. But I would assume, and again, I could be wrong because maybe there's a certain culture in Iowa that's in favor of hearing about the castration of hogs. But I just feel like including that in your ad, any type of stuff regarding castration, maybe leave that out of the campaign. You could talk about farming, that is gonna resonate with some people in Iowa, I get that. But Really? Was that a popular stance? Like, hey, I grew up on a farm castrating pigs and hogs and like whatever. Okay,
and
all right,
there
great.
might be a huge Lorena Bobbitt constituency out in Iowa. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We haven't done the polling. Her internals might be showing this to be the case, Anna.
All right. Well, you know, if you happen to be an Iowan watching this show, please share your thoughts. Is it appealing to hear about castrating animals in campaign ads? Maybe it's really a winning play. We'll see. But Joni Ernst facing a tough re-election battle. She should have been prepared for that debate. Doesn't look like she was.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.